Hello everyone and welcome to the first ever STC Bullpen. I am here commentating NHL versus Icey. The first bullpen match. We're going to be seeing a 3-set series on Heist to determine who's the better player. So yeah, we're just looking to have a little bit of fun today. But I know for these two, especially Icey, there's quite a bit to prove here. We all know, if you were in chat today, he was talking a little bit of smack. He was denying that, NHL was a better player, but they did play this in their last tournament match in Ultimate Ascension Reborn 2026, I believe. I don't know, definitely. And they actually went to 3-map overtime. However, NHL actually won Heist pretty handily in regulation. Icey's claiming that was due to just some nerves and underperformance, but, he's now going to be put to the ultimate test, an official STC Bullpen match with no margins for error. And so I would say, I don't know if I would call either of them an underdog, but just know that Icey was kind of talking a little bit. So he is expected to win this. Truly anything can happen, though. And that is the beauty of, that's the beauty of these kind of matches, just one map. But these two are very equally skilled. Both 26-8 PBs. Going to be looking for a .8 touch. NHL won their last match with an 8.67 average. So that time zone is about what we're looking for, but they weren't able to match that in practice 2 here. But we're now going on to round 1. Remember, 3-set series. Sets 2 and 3 will not have additional practice, so that is the last practice round we'll be seeing. Good luck to both. Quite a bit on the line here. If you're Icey, you don't want to be talking all that in chat today and then to face a loss. Maybe it'll motivate him, but NHL just kind of hopped into this match with very little practice. And by very little, I mean basically next to 0. He says the last time he played this map was in their last match that NHL actually won, but he will hit a laser and die off a slope launch. Icey with a 26-9 will win the round. Ooh, if Icey didn't reset. So Icey didn't reset, which is going to be a plus +0.2 penalty on the first round. I didn't actually quite catch that. But, oh, someone hit a laser there. Oh, and NHL hits a box. This is already looking good for Icey in the first set. However, remember, the plus +0.2 penalty on round 1, but Icey makes it back up with the 26-8. Super, super good time there. We are just coming off of a fresh match. Me versus Veg, which is very high intensity, so sometimes it can be nice to have these more relaxed matches that we can just sit around and have fun. But NHL, starting with 2 DNFs, needs to finish a run here. And Icey, despite the spawn on round 1 costing him, plus +0.2 penalties, still definitely has a huge advantage. But NHL's looking to gain quite a bit of time back here. He seems to be on a solid run if he can finish this out. Oh, but he doesn't! Yeah, that's going to be a DNF average already for NHL in set 1. Very, very surprising. That's not ideal, which, it means he'll have to perform exceptionally well in the next 2 sets to, beat someone like Icey. So this set should be decided, but we'll play the rest of the set out just to see what can happen. But if you are an Icey fan, I mean, this is your ideal situation. NHL on his 4th run. Big mistakes at the start, so he won't even finish anything clean here. He might want to just get, you know, a 26 on round 5 just for mentality purposes. We saw he could do that in practice with a 26-9. Icey with a 26-9. Round 5 for set 1. Again, not much NHL can do here, other than just, you know, get a little bit of mental ground back. If he can get a 26 here, I honestly am not super worried about him. Even a 27-0 would make me feel a lot more confident in his abilities. Oh, but he hit a laser. So he's going to go 0 for 5 on clean runs in set 1. A bonk there, and a death. Wow. Very, very inconsistent from him. Yes, so Icey is going to take set 1 very convincingly, but this is the perfect opportunity for NHL to, you know, mentally reset. So he's going to hope to start anew here. Set 2, this might already be, you know, the winning set if Icey can perform well. They seem to be on nearly equal runs. Can NHL figure out the ending? He can. They're both going to finish solid. Different end lines. Maybe a little bit of lag on NHL's part. He gets a 27-1 despite being nearly equal with Icey. Alright. Round 2. NHL, you know, obviously lag was a huge part of that, but gonna hope to still pick it up here in round 2. Which he seems to always start out well, but it's just, when it gets to the ending, he falls apart consistency-wise. Ooh, he goes for the fast line, but he hits a laser. It's detrimental. I think Icey hits a laser. Oh, I'm stupid. You're supposed to. Sorry about that commentary blunder. 26-9 for Icey. 27-0 for NHL. So NHL is going to still want to pick up the pace, but I mean, considering end lag, I'm sure NHL does have more right now. He shouldn't be in a terrible position, but again, is going to want sub 27 IGTs for sure. Icey just needs one more clean run to finish an average. Which, I mean, a fast enough average might already put it away in just 2 sets. You know, silencing the haters. Showing that, you know, he is that guy. Oh, an NHL of death! Icey at 27-0. This is super, super inconsistent play from NHL. Just gonna finish this out. Just trying to figure out every single part, because he knows that he has very, very little room for error left. He needs to finish his next 2 runs clean to stay alive. I think he has the skill, but will he be able to execute it? Alright, round 4. It all comes down to this for NHL. NHL, just judging of what he's saying on Discord, is a little confused on rounds throughout this whole match, which might affect your mental a little bit, but it shouldn't matter too much. You just gotta play. Round 4. NHL, again, clean run is necessary. Oh, that was an elev. God elevator. But it doesn't seem to be too far ahead of Icey at all. In fact, Icey's probably gaining a little bit of ground throughout all these corners. Icey. NHL needs to finish this. Ooh, he does. A little bit of lag, but a 26-9 tie. NHL again is still in this, but is going to need another 26-9 for sure. Something he's capable of, but he already executed it well once. He knows that everything's on the line here. One mistake, and Icey will likely be crowned champion in just 2 sets. Oh, that was a bad elevator. Yeah, bonk after as well. He's going to need to play all these corners perfectly. Ooh, and a bonk! That's it. I mean, barring some crazy end lag on NHL's part, that's it. If he finishes out 26-9, I see very little way. Yeah, 26-9. Wow. Very consistent performance from Icey. And NHL, who was probably favored by most people coming into this, kind of is underperforming consistency-wise, which makes sense considering, you know, complete lack of playtime on the map, but I mean, he looked solid against Icey in his first playthrough. But regardless, I mean, I don't know what he's doing here. He's trying to perfect every little part just in case, you know, set 3 does end up mattering. Maybe his 27-1 had wicked end lag and his 27-0 had wicked end lag. You know, these things can happen. So, preparing for a set 3 is still, you know, a smart play. I mean, he still had a 27-0 average, so this 27-1 definitely had a ton of end lag as well. It's not necessarily over. But even then, he's still going to need to perform amazingly well here on set 3. Oh, already just barely makes that jump. I don't know if that slowed him down too much, but not ideal. He hits the laser. Weird mistakes falling. I've never seen that mistake, to be completely honest. Ever. The nerves might be getting to him. The lack of practice might be getting to him, but shouldn't matter. Icey finishes with a 27-0. Beatable for NHL. Again, it would have been nice to use this 3rd set as a little bit of a mental reset. He's not able to do that, though. And, you know, obviously it can kind of be hard to isolate these sets as there's no practice runs in between them. But, I mean, still, just knowing this is, you know, the first round of New Beginning should give you enough of a breather, in my opinion. But maybe he would have liked to see at least one practice round in between these. Round 2 here. NHL needs to really pick it up. Kind of been the storyline throughout this whole match. Icey is just playing super consistently. Honestly, not only just more consistent than NHL, but honestly probably faster than NHL as well. I mean, we saw him get a 26-8 IGT in the first set. Oh, and a death from NHL. 26-9 from Icey. And once again, just like the first set, NHL is one death away from it being over in set 3. I mean, we could be seeing a complete blowout here. Round 3. NHL still has a chance, but once again, needs to perform, which he has been unable to do. Icey has one of his first slip-ups of the entire match. NHL's on a very good run here, though. He needs to hit this ending. He's been struggling on it all day, but he hits it cleanly. But he bonks! Still gets a 26-9. That bonk must hurt, knowing that a 26-8 might have done wonders for you. But regardless, that is still a solid finish run in. Round 4. Needs to perform like that 2 more times, though, which I'm not sure about. Another weird mistake at the start. Shouldn't be too detrimental. He gets an L-live, but I'm not sure if it's a fast one. I think he made up a little bit of ground. But needs to have good corners here if he wants to get a sub 27. You can see that section right there, Icey actually does gain quite a bit of time. Oh, and a bonk! He stays alive. A 27-0, it might still be enough if he gets a great 5th run. Round 5. I mean, maybe a quick run, man. Maybe a quick run could salvage, but I mean, he might even need a 26-8 here. Oh, a great elevator. This is the exact start he needs. If he wants to capitalize, he'll need to perform still, though. The ending is the hardest part by far. Does he hate the game? Someone hit a laser. I believe it's NHL. Yeah. Oh, they both did. Huh. Oh. 27-0 to 27-1. I think that'll be the match to Icey, man. We're going to have to check touches, but I mean, GG to both. Fun little match we had here. I actually do believe NHL probably took that 3rd set if it's just a 0.033 IGT difference, but yeah, it'll all come down to that 2nd set. But if I had to guess, Icey Man wins it 2-1. We're gonna have to check touches. I'll get back to you, but thank you all so much for watching the SEC's debut bullpen match. Obviously, this one, if you're not super deep into the speeder scene, might not have been the most high level, but I do promise you we're gonna be seeing some even crazier bullpen matches happen in the near future.